At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Mike Krueger here. It is Coffee with Krueger. It is, 7:01, right around 7 o'clock this morning here. You got my coffee this morning. Hope you are enjoying your coffee this morning. Hoping you're having a good start to your day. We got Ruth saying, hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you have a beautiful day. And Chappie, yes, today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. We'll get into that just a little bit later. Also, want to talk about this. Caffeinate for a Cause. As you know, I'm a big supporter of Turtle Bay. I do the Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals with Sharon Clay once a week. Sometimes I do with Adrian, her handy assistant too. And we talk about the animals. Lots of great things that they have over there at Turtle Bay. So you have a way to help support what they do over there at Turtle Bay. They've got a lot of money that they need for the animals and just for the museum itself, the Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Excuse me, not museum, Exploration Park. So just want to remind you that this morning, for all the Dutch Bros in the Reading area, Caffeinate for a Cause. You go there this morning between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and proceeds from your purchase go to Caffeinate for a Cause, which of course is the Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Also, if you can't make it in the morning, and maybe you like that afternoon caffeine fix, especially at Dutch Bros, you can go between 2 and 4 p.m., and that's when you can also make sure that the proceeds from your purchase go to Caffeinate for a Cause and Dutch Brothers. So that is just kind of a reminder about that. Tell you what, while we're here, let's get you right into Krueger's Quick Cast. For those of you that just want to head out the door this morning and know what to expect, well, let's start off with, first and foremost, some of the rain that we saw yesterday afternoon and evening. Now, most of those thunderstorms that we did see were east of the valley. Some of them did make it the way into places like Red Bluff. Even Reading saw a few sprinkles and light showers. And last night and early this morning, some of those just kind of creeping their way into parts of, well, southern Plumas County. Looks like through Reno, and that pretty much dissipated. Now, it's dry for now, but that may change here a little bit later. By the way, I want to show you some of the rainfall totals in the last 3 days. Pretty underwhelming, isn't it? Especially with how impressive some of those forecast models were showing how much rain we would see. Now, some of these numbers are not 100% accurate. I do think that we did see some in Shingletown. Let me know if you live in the Shingletown how much you did see. We saw trace amounts in Reading, a little bit more than that heading to the south for Red Bluff and Corning, but not much more than that. Also, I think there were some trace amounts in Chico and Oroville as well, but for the most part, fairly dry in the valley, as expected. We didn't see much in the way in Weaverville either. Even along the coast, didn't see much rain out of this. Only 1,200s out in Crescent City, 500s out in Eureka, Hoopa about 800. So really, for the most part, with the exception of Crescent City, less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So again, very underwhelming. It was just really the main story with this series of systems that came through with the cooler temperatures that we got to see out of it. It was very pleasant. All right, take a look at the temperatures out there right now. 60 degrees for Reading, 59 in Chico, as well as Willows, and 60 degrees for Oroville. We are in the upper 30s and low 40s for the mountains. Look at Chester, 38, 39, 37 in Alturas, 41 for Bernie, and low 50s along the coast. Can't beat that. Take a look at the visibility, and yes, unfortunately, the camera in Crescent City is down, but we have some pretty dense fog for some of us along the coast. This would include Elk Country north of Trinidad. There's that fog. It's pretty dense. You can't even see too far ahead there. So we are looking at 0 mile visibility at this point along many parts for the coast here. There you can kind of see again the latest look there. Looks like the most dense fog is in northern Humboldt County and a good portion of Delnor County as well. Doesn't seem to be quite as bad as you head out to the south. All right, let's get you out the door this morning. You know, despite the fact that it's warming up, and we're going to be talking about that here in a second, it's still, we at least have those cooler overnight and early morning lows to look forward to. Temperatures in the 40s for most of the higher elevations this morning at 8 a.m. Low 50s in Trinity County, around 60 for the valley, and low 50s, and of course that fog along the coast. So there you can see as we go into the noon hour, some fog still kind of persisting, especially in central Humboldt County. Notice the clouds beginning to develop east of the valley. You may see a few stray showers. Now, I will say this. We can't rule out in Lassen and Plumas counties and even extreme eastern Shasta and Tehama and Butte counties to maybe see a stray sprinkle. But that would be the extent of it. I wouldn't count on much, if anything. I can see some thunderstorms trying to develop in southern Plumas County. Once again, we can't isolate Susanville out of that as well as far as maybe chances for sprinkles. And is it entirely out of the question for Chico Oroville to maybe see a sprinkle this evening, this afternoon or evening? No, it's not out of the question, but I wouldn't count on it, and it wouldn't amount to much, if anything. And then by tonight, we are done with any chances for rain. And moving forward, we're going to be looking at maps like this. Mainly sunny skies, warm temperatures, and maps like this will be even warmer as we go into the next few days. In fact, let's take a look at that 7-day outlook, starting off with the valley, a warming trend over the next several days. Mid-90s by tomorrow and Saturday, upper 90s by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But the good news is, it's not going to last forever. Temperatures will start to drop at least a little bit by the middle of next week before we see maybe another increase after that. Taking a look at your 7-day outlook for the coast, inland, and Trinity County. Even the coast warming up. You're up to about 70 by next Monday and Tuesday. And for Siskiyou County, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains. So again, you'll notice I got a chance in there for Susanville. Here's what I'm going to say if you live in Susanville. Don't count on it at all. Go through your day and don't expect any rain. But don't get caught off guard if you see a passing sprinkle, maybe a light shower. But I think most of it will be to the south in Plumas County, where you can see better chances for some of that shower activity. But bottom line, it's getting warmer back in the 80s, and we should stay in the 80s through at least the middle of next week. Taking a look at the fire perimeters and, of course, the latest on the fires. No new news here for Boise Fire at 91%. No news is good news, right? 99% containment for the Park Fire. And we take you out to the Bear Fire, which is now at 95% containment. Last report yesterday was 88% containment. So the fires, you know, they're probably not even in the back of your mind. You're probably not even thinking about it. We're not hearing much about them. That doesn't mean they're not still active. We've just, you know, got to be aware of the fact that they're still there. And the firefighters are still working diligently to prevent them from spreading. All right, so just kind of a couple of things to remind yourselves of. We take a look at the winds out there, a little breezy. Looks like off in the foothills east of the valley this morning. But overall, the winds, not that much of a concern. Just a little breezy, gusty out towards places along the coast. Now, humidity is dropping. We're back down into the lower teens. Let's just put it that way for the valley. So our fire weather is a little bit elevated. Simply because it is getting warmer and we're seeing those humidity levels begin to drop. This is a look at Lake Oroville, and you can see just kind of a nice shot there. Looks like of the lake there. We're going to take a look at Lake Oroville, North Forebay, and you can see the clear skies out there this morning and the lake. Not a ripple in the water. Fairly calm winds. Chico, Main Street on Highway 32. Got a dump trunk. Get ready to do its job and empty the trash. You can see not much in the way of traffic this morning. Taking a look at Highway 99 at Neal Road. Traffic is flowing smoothly. Beautiful little sunrise there as the sun comes up over the mountains there. Sundial Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive. Looks like traffic is flowing fairly smoothly there as well. Again, want to remind you this morning is Caffeinate for a Cause. As you know, I'm a big supporter of Turtle Bay. So all you have to do, go to any of the Dutch Bros in the Reading area between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. Basically between now and 9 a.m. Proceeds of your purchase go to Turtle Bay. Turtle Bay needs that money. They are a nonprofit organization, and they need that money to keep it operating and keep those animals happy. Also, if you can't make it this morning, you still have this afternoon. Maybe you're an afternoon caffeine fix type of person. Well, you can do that. Go to Dutch Bros between 2 and 4 p.m. and you can help contribute to the Caffeinate for a Cause for Turtle Bay. All right, wanted you to check that out. Be sure you check that out this morning. NorCal Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. This week, had an opportunity to speak to some people out at the Reading Farmers Market. And there's a lot of great programs. And here's the thing. The most popular one is the Saturday market. But there are several other markets out there through the week that you may or may not know about. So my wife, Sadie Krueger, she interviewed one of the people who kind of organize the events, and we learned more about not only the one that we all know about, but many of the other farmers markets that we have kind of in the Shasta County area, really, as we go throughout the week. Again, your NorCal Ag Report sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sadie Krueger with Weather NorCal, and this is an episode of your weekly Ag Report brought to you by Lassen Canyon Nursery. I'm here again with Josh. He runs the farmers market, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the market we have here today on Sunday and some of the other farmers markets that we have in our community. So tell us a little bit about this market here at the fabulous Sundial Bridge.
Okay, yeah. So this was actually one of our smallest markets starting the season. We started with about 4 vendors or so, and now we're coming to the close of the season real soon, and we're up to 25 to 35 vendors at an even point. So it's turned into almost as big as our flagship on Saturdays. Yeah. But we have a lot of different vendors here than on Saturdays in some of the other markets. Stuff like mocktails. We have some of the great Indian food and pizza and everything. You know, it's built into a really nice market.
I just got an excellent latte, a fantastic pizza, obviously some fabulous produce. So yes, I can confirm it's a great little venue and some different vendors. So what are the other markets you have?
Yeah, so everybody pretty much already knows about our Saturday market, but for those of you that don't, it's behind City Hall at 777 Cypress Avenue every Saturday. The Sunday market, like I said, is our second largest market, and it runs from 8 to noon, 8 to 1 on the strip up to Turtle Bay. After that, we have a Tuesday market over on Churn Creek in the Dairy Queen parking lot. Wednesday is actually up in Bernie, and then our Thursday market is in Anderson in the outlet center, right there by Grocery Outlet. And all of those are run from 7:30 to noon.
All right.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. There are no excuses not to get your fresh local produce. So what is this season? I think you said this one is coming to an end. So when does this one
Yes,
end?
we have, well, including today, we have 4 more.
Okay.
Right. So this one will end October 6th. Saturday will go through actually December 14th or the second week of December. Every other market will end the first or second week of October.
Okay, so we got some time. We might even see some pumpkins coming in.
Oh yeah, yep. So yeah, we I believe it's Hawes Farm. We partner with Hawes Farm to do a big Halloween bash, which we do have coming up. That's going to be posted on social media tomorrow. So you'll be able to figure everything out.
All right.
Yeah, right then.
Okay. So, as you can see, there is so much happening here in Redding. There are some great farmers, great producers, great vendors, some great chefs in there. And you can come down here until October. That's fantastic. Anything else that you can think of that you might want anybody to know?
No, not really. Just that the SGA has taken more interest in the community lately. We really want to bring all of the community together and build this market up to be a very family-friendly, very family-oriented place. We have a lot of plans for next season, so we're going to have a lot more events next season. And so we're really looking forward to that. But until then, come down to one of these other markets because it's fabulous.
And what if I wanted to be a vendor? How would I go about getting in touch with you? Or
yeah, great question. So you can go to reddingfarmersmarkets.com.
Okay.
On there is an application that you'll print off, you'll fill out, and all of this information is on the application. But you'll fill that out, and there's a $35 application fee, which actually turns into your membership fee if you're approved, when you're approved. And then it's just a discussion after the board approves you. It's just a discussion with me about which markets will best suit your needs and best suit our needs. And then we just kind of go from there. So it's a really easy application process. And we're always looking for new people, new vendors. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Out. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Again, this is your weekly Ag Report brought to you by Lassen Canyon Nursery.
Once again, I want to thank Lassen Canyon Nursery for their support of NorCal, of Weather NorCal, and of course NorCal Ag Report. By the way, if you want to check out any of those ag reports, not just the one that you saw now, but any ag reports that we have historically, all you have to do is go to weathernorcal.com. You see right there it says Ag Report. You click on that. Now what that will do is, and I encourage you to kind of just explore this and learn more about Lassen Canyon Nursery, because I tell you what, they've got a great story, and we've got part of that story right here on on weathernorcal.com. You can see on the right side, you can learn more about what they do, strawberries. And if you want to see more on the ag reports, to see, it says click here to watch NorCal Ag. So you click on that, and it will show, there's the one you just watched. That's the latest one. But you can see all of the other ag reports that we have here. There are 3 pages. So a lot of things for you to explore. And of course, there will be more to come in the several weeks, of course, months. This is a weekly sponsored report that we do here. And again, I just encourage you to check out Lassen County Nursery and what they are all about. They have one of the largest producers of strawberry plants in the world. They also have, they actually have farms in China. They have a guy over there that runs it and operates it in China. I actually had an opportunity to meet him last year. Great guy, and you can learn more about that in those ag reports if you go to the historic reports. But you can go to About Us, learn more about them, how they started. I mean, this is a local nursery. This is a local company that has done amazing things across the world with strawberry plants and strawberries. So I encourage you to check them out. Kenny Aylwood, great guy. He also kind of has his hands in the ranch industry with cattle. So just a lot of great things that they're doing. And I got to tell you too, Kenny Aylwood is a strong supporter of our community and contributes a lot, including Turtle Bay and including what you see here on Weather NorCal as well. So again, I encourage you to check out the NorCal Ag page on weathernorcal.com, and also check out Lassen County Nursery. Just go to lassencounty.nursery.com and you can check it out. All right, how's everybody doing out there this morning? Your wife be doing a great job. All right, I guess we've got somebody who is talking like a pirate, because as you know, today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. No, not that. There you can see Talk Like a Pirate Day, National Butterscotch Pudding Day as well. Good morning. Tracy saying, good morning, everyone. I would love to see a farmer's market in the Fall River and MacArthur area. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, maybe one of these days you can see that. I know they've got the one in Bernie that they have, so that's semi-close to your vicinity there. And Debbie is, here's a joke from Debbie. Let's do this. Let's do a little joke. If you haven't seen it already, let's start with a joke. She says, why are pirates called, where is it here? Why are pirates called pirates? Because they are. Get it? Get it? Thank you for the little comic relief this morning, Debbie. All right, let's see here. We got beautiful morning. The sun's coming up later, which makes feeding livestock later. And that makes me late to having coffee with you all. But that means I can sleep until 5:30. Very cool, very cool. Let's see here. We have got, Rowdy Kelly saying thick fog this morning in Arcata. Ooh. Well, yeah, and of course we saw that. We can take a look at what it looks like right now in just north of Trinidad. This is Elk Country. So yeah, we're looking at some pretty dense fog. Really up and down the coast, we've got, looks like that fog out there this morning. Let's see here. Anybody else kind of chiming in this morning? We've got Sandra Stearns saying, hi, Mike, and everybody, enjoy your coffee and your day. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure everybody appreciates that as well. All right, well, what do you say we get to the forecast? But before we do that, we got to make sure that all the maps are ready to go. And as you know, Coffee with Krueger is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. Weather NorCal would not exist without our sponsors. So we just have to be grateful and thankful that we've got companies, businesses like Wind River Resort and Casino to help sponsor and make these things possible. It costs a lot of money to keep these weather channels going, and without our sponsors, it would not be possible. All right, so here you go. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. Okay, so here's a look at the radar. Now, you can see late last night, early this morning, we did see a few showers make their way just south and through extreme southern portions of Plumas County. Didn't amount to much. That's about it for now, but that will be changing here as we go into this afternoon. There's going to be another chance for showers. You'll see that on a future cast here in a second. But temperatures right now, about 60, give or take, for the valley. We're in the 30s and 40s, especially off to the east, about 45 for Mount Shasta City, and those low 50s right now for the coast. So your headlines. It's cooler. The fall-like temperatures that we've been seeing here, that's behind us. We're done with that. We're going to be looking at a warming trend the rest of the week, back into the 90s as early as today for the valley, and especially the next few days. The first full day of fall, the first day of fall is on Sunday, but Mother Nature kind of flip-flopped things on us, didn't she, right? Because we saw temperatures more fall-like to start off the week. Now as we get closer to the first day of fall, it's going to feel more like summer around here. I don't know, what would you rather have? The heat a few days ago and then the cooler temperatures? Or did you enjoy those cooler temperatures? You know, I guess we just got to enjoy those cooler temperatures when we can, especially when it should be warmer. All right, there you can see a little breezy off towards some of the foothills just east of the valley, but overall the wind's not that much of a factor or a problem today. Just a little gusty for parts of the coast here for both today and tomorrow. But overall, nothing unusual with those winds, and that'll continue even as we go into your Saturday. But the humidity, that's something that's dropping. We've been looking at the higher humidity thanks to the cooler temperatures and, of course, these weak storm systems passing through. But now that they're gone and temperatures are warming up, our humidity levels are starting to drop. We're back down into the teens even on Friday, and then even on Saturday, we could be down into the single digits. Now, not a major concern. It's normal. It's typical for us. But when you combine the heat that we're seeing back well into the 90s, low humidity, that does elevate our fire risk a little bit, despite the fact that the winds won't be a major factor. So the low pressure system, you can clearly see that counterclockwise flow, and you can clearly see it still kind of migrating to the south. However, the flow around that area of low pressure is going to just clip parts of the eastern mountains, in particular Plumas County, maybe even parts of Lassen County as well. And it's not out of the question for maybe some of that to roll into the foothills of Butte County, just east of Chico and Oroville. All right, so let's take a look at the severe outlook today. What, still a chance for thunderstorms? Yeah, not out of the question for a straight thunderstorm for parts of Plumas County. Otherwise, just maybe a stray shower. And we'll take a look at future casts. You'll see what I'm talking about. Here's the noon hour. A couple of clouds developing. Looks like still some fog trying to kind of hover around parts just south of Eureka. Otherwise, looks like more sunshine there. By 3 p.m., that looks like some of that cloud cover comes back for parts of the coast. Partly cloudy skies, developing afternoon clouds. So if you're in the valley, you look off to the east this afternoon, you're probably going to start seeing some of those puffy, towering cumulus clouds, but most of those won't be producing much in the way of rain, if any. But we can't rule out a stray shower for parts of Lassen, Plumas County, even off to the east, west of that, maybe even out towards extreme southeastern portions of Shasta, Tehama, and into Butte County as well. That's at 3 o'clock today. Now we go into 6 p.m. There's that potential for thunderstorms. So that's why the Storm Prediction Center put that in there, at least for Plumas County. And then some of those are going to try to roll down into the valley, but overall dry. So if you live in Chico, if you're in Oroville, don't be surprised if later this afternoon, evening in particular, you see a stray sprinkle, but don't count on it. And don't count on much in the way of rain even off to the east. And then by tomorrow, we are no longer talking about chances for showers or thunderstorms. What we're going to be talking about moving forward, warmer temperatures. You see the precipitation outlook is drier than normal. We take a look at that area of low pressure down to our south. That will be shifting eastward as we get into the weekend. In the meantime, behind that, high pressure is building in over the eastern Pacific. That is going to pretty much stay there through the weekend, keeping our temperatures around the mid-90s in the valley. But then by Monday, Tuesday, it moves overhead. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Yes, it's going to warm up. It'll be the upper 90s by Monday, Tuesday. Some of your apps, some of the things that you're probably seeing out there are reporting that we could reach 100 degrees. Not entirely out of the question. I'll say that right now. However, one thing we have to remember is a ridge of high pressure like this in July, in August, even June, the angle of the sun is higher. So the intense heat, the impacts of that sun during a ridge of high pressure like this are going to be stronger than the impacts of the sun during a ridge of high pressure like this during this time of the year. Because instead of the sun right here, now you're at a lower angle. So the lower angle of that sun means it's not going to have the same impact with that heat. So as a result, I think we should stay below 100 degrees, but we'll see. For now, I'm going to keep it in the upper 90s. Then, as we go into, say, around the middle of next week, this cooler air rides to our north, and it suppresses the heat. And temperatures start to drop a little bit. Not by a lot, but just a little bit. Then, as that moves out, warmer air begins to build in from the south again toward the end of next week. What that means is another slight warming trend. So a little baby roller coaster ride, if you will, especially as we go into the middle and latter part of next week. Warmer than normal, no big surprises there. And here's your 10-day trend, at least for Redding. Just kind of give you an idea, right? So we're done with the 70s. We're done with the 80s, at least for the valley. So we're up to about 90 today. And then temperatures, mid-90s. See how we're getting above normal. Upper 90s by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's the peak. This is the peak right about here. And then temperatures start to drop a little bit here towards Wednesday, Thursday, kind of maybe going back up again toward the end of next week. So there's that little baby roller coaster ride, but keeping it mainly around or just above normal for this time of the year, especially after Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So the question is, are we done with the triple digits? Well, as you saw there, maybe not. We're going to be close to it by early next week, but just a reminder, and I showed you this last week as well. This is that time of the year I get a lot of those questions, are we done with the triple digits? Well, looking at the historical records for Redding since 1893, the latest we've ever seen 100 degrees or higher is October 14th, both in 1991 and 2022. Temperatures were just over 100 degrees. Now, are we going to see a repeat of that? Are we going to see 100 degrees or higher on the 14th of October? Probably not. But just a reminder that it's not uncommon for us to see these late season heat waves that don't last for very long, but we see these late season heat waves at the end of September and sometimes even early October. So to answer the question, are we done with the triple digits? I wouldn't say just yet. We may be close, especially as we go into early next week. After that, only time will tell. I don't see any major drops in their temperatures, but I also don't see any major heat waves. Let's just put it that way. All right, so we take a look at those wave heights. They're going to be a little high. You know, if you're going to have to be on a small boat fishing, just know that as you start heading out, that those wave heights are definitely going to be a bit higher out there. So we look at the marine forecast. No small craft advisories, but there are small craft advisories heading out, right? But it's patchy dense fog. Northwest winds at about 10 to 15 knots. Your waves from the northwest at 7 feet at about 10 seconds. All right, so for today, here's your neighborhood forecast for Trinity County. Not quite 90 for most of us in Trinity County today, but it'll be close. Douglas City about 89, 87 for Weaverville, 84 in Coffee Creek. We're back up to about 90 by tomorrow and through the weekend and next week. To the south, more like 78 for Mad River, 84 for High and Palm, 86 in Hayfork, and 79 degrees for Wildwood. Now for southern Humboldt County, 85 for Miranda, 89 for Redway. You could touch 90. 76 degrees for Redcrest. Temperature is increasing as we get into the weekend, early next week. As we take you to Ferndale, Fortuna, Hydesville, and Rio Dell in the mid to upper 60s there. Fog this morning. That may dissipate here later this afternoon. We take you up to the north, 81, 61. Not 81, 61 for Arcata, 68 for Blue Lake, 89, right around 90 for Hoopa and Willow Creek. So we're back up to the around 90 degree mark here for the inland areas here today. 79 for Gas Key, and there you can of course see 75 out towards Smith River. Crescent City, you've got those upper 60s, maybe even around 70 by Monday of next week. Siskiyou County, we're getting close to 90 along Highway 96, but the I-5 corridor, low to mid 80s. Hornbrook a little bit warmer, but as you head into Wairika, about 82, 81 for Gazelle. Temperatures increasing there as well. For Scott Valley, we're basically about 80, just depending on where you are. 79 for Callahan. Greenview about 81. Central Eastern Siskiyou County. Higher elevations to the north and east, mid 70s, looking pretty good there. Upper 70s to about 80 for the rest of us. You can see about 79 degrees for Weed, 79 for Mount Shasta City, 81 for McLeod. For your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, how about those mid 70s for most of us? There you can see Cedarville about 71, Newell about 74 degrees. And the Eastern Mountains, all right, so here you go. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook. So for Bernie, you're dry. You're about 80 through at least the first half of the weekend, mid 80s by Sunday, Monday, and then upper 80s by next Tuesday. No raindrops, plenty of sunshine, looking like a gorgeous day. You may see some afternoon cumulus clouds, but overall, lots of sunshine for today. But what you'll notice here, we got a chance in there for Lassen Park and Chester. I think Lassen Park, Chester, you're going to be a little bit too far to the north to see any activity here, but with those afternoon clouds, sometimes you can get that stray sprinkle or light shower. So it's a very slim chance, but don't count on it. Then we take you to the south, and you can see around Susanville, Greenville, Quincy, Cromer. These areas here, yeah, maybe. Paradise, maybe. All right, so it's very borderline. It's just kind of rotating around that area of low pressure. Now for the valley, no, I don't expect anything. However, could we see one of those showers if they develop, make their way down into the parts of the valley? Could you see a stray sprinkle in Chico, Durham, Oroville, maybe Gridley? Probably not. But don't be surprised if you see a stray sprinkle. Not enough to really damper any plans. Even if you get caught off guard, you're talking about a sprinkle. You're not talking about, you know, a downpour or creating problems for you. It'll actually probably be refreshing if it actually happens. So just don't be surprised, but most likely it won't happen. 91 degrees for the city of Shasta Lake and Redding, 91 for Anderson, 89 for Cottonwood, 87 for Lakehead. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. We're back in the mid-90s by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the first day of fall. I think it's what, 5:43 in the morning. What is it? What does the internet say? What is the internet saying? Autumnal equinox. I think it's, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5:34. No, I got the numbers reversed. 5:43 in the morning is what we're looking at there. So there you go. That's the first day of fall on Sunday. It's not going to feel like fall. It's going to feel like summer. Thank you very much. Upper 90s for Monday, Tuesday, and then a slight drop on Wednesday. But bottom line is this, 90s at least. We'll just call it mid-90s on average for the weekend through all of next week. That's what we have to look forward to. Hope you enjoyed that cooler weather, because that is it for now. All right, Chappie is saying, I be loving the cooler weather. Hot weather can walk the plank, says I. You're obviously a fan of Talk Like a Pirate Day. That's fun. I will not even try to talk like a pirate because I cannot do it. I butcher that accent. Lisa Stevens saying, cooler temps, more fall-like weather would be nice. So could start the Halloween outside decor. Oh yeah, so have we reached the time of the year where it's okay to put out your Halloween decorations? I think a lot of people wait until at least October 1st. I've got a friend of mine, his daughter, she's a junior high kid, and for years she's been she just loves Halloween decorations. And we will see on his yard, just slowly kind of working on getting it more and more decorated, but we will see decorations as early September. And then October, we start to see, especially through October, they start adding more and more. So it's kind of fun for his daughter. She really enjoys it. Good day, mateys. Hope y'all find the treasures ye seek. All right, sounds like fun. But yeah, how do you feel about those decorations for Halloween? And when do you start putting them up for Christmas? I think I saw a meme the other day that says, oh, what the heck, go put your Christmas decorations up now. But I think that would just be skipping over Halloween decorations. I've never really been, quite honestly, big on Halloween, so I don't necessarily do a whole lot of decorating for Halloween, but find that kind of interesting. So I'm sure some of you are already starting to see it in some of your neighborhoods. I know I am, at least my buddy from his daughter. But yeah, a lot of fun. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. And we have got, as much as I hate to say it, oh, by the way, just another quick reminder, if you're kind of coming in here late, remember, today is Caffeinate for a Cause for Turtle Bay. $1, I just kind of checked on it, $1 of your purchase goes to Turtle Bay from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. this morning. And if you are not an early riser, but maybe you like to get your caffeine fix in the afternoon, between 2 and 4 p.m., Dutch Bros. By the way, the Dutch Bros in Anderson, Palisadro, Redding. I think I saw it, where else was it? Let's go here. Palisadro, Reading, and yeah, there we go. Anderson, Palisadro, and Reading. To gather donations, and you may encounter one of the live animals too. So they're going to go around all the different Dutch Bros with their animals. Sharon, Clay, and some of her helpers, they're going to be out there with the animals, and they are going to go to cars, and you can check out some of the animals. It's a lot of fun. And you can also, if you want to contribute more, they of course take donations as well. Larger donations than just the dollar, not just, but larger donations than the dollar that comes from your purchase. So again, today from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. it's already started, and from 2 to 4 p.m. is for the locations in Anderson, Palisadro, and all of the locations in Reading. So be sure to check that out. And again, as you know, I am a huge supporter of Turtle Bay. I mean, they do a lot of great things over there. So I am a big supporter, and I would love for you to do what you can to help them out. Okay, well, that is going to do it for it this morning. Let's take a look at some of the cameras out there and get you started for the day. Hope you have yourselves a great day. Here's a look at Lake Oroville. In the meantime, looks like Lisa's saying Halloween starts mid-September. Christmas explodes Thanksgiving weekend. I know for me with Christmas, I don't put the lights up. At least I don't light them up until Thanksgiving night. That's my official rule. I don't know how it is for anybody else, but that's it here. The big hotspot houses are starting already. Yes, that is true, Krista. All right, so enjoy your day. Chappie Debbie Mitchell, enjoy speaking like a pirate today. I know you will. You've been speaking like a pirate this morning on the chat. Love it. That is so much fun. Appreciate it. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning on Friday's edition of Coffee with Krueger at 7 a.m. Have a great day.